Tade Kosh is a world-class cash flow entrepreneur and investor, a super wealth coach, legendary closer, and an educator. He's a co-founder of more than 5 cash-rich businesses and believes that assets should be predictable, consistent, and perpetual income that funds our lifestyle. It shows individuals, companies, and nations how to unlock the hidden assets that would create perpetual, consistent, and predictable prosperity for them. He is the creator of the Short and Sell program and the Money Mastery program. He is the author of Shut Up and Collect the Money, the Money Mastery Revolution, Build Assets, Not Just a Business, as well as the Wealth Genotype. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as we welcome on stage Tade Kosh.
Eden Creek is a virgin land located near satellite town Lagos. Raw and untapped, Eden Creek is a land surrounded by businesses and fully developed neighborhood. We are inviting you to come take your own share of this lucrative treasure. Buying Eden Creek by Whip Africa allows you to use it to either fund your living or as a place to live. With 1 million naira initial deposit, you can secure a plot right now. Yes, just drive from Jakonde Estate and you will be connected to an asset that can make you free. And with a 50% deposit, you can have your allocation to a land surrounded by full development. With 1 million naira deposit, you can reserve a slot today and begin your journey towards a lifestyle of wealth and abundance. Warning, this is a limited edition.
Tade Kosh. Tade Kosh is a world-class cash flow entrepreneur and investor, a super wealth coach, legendary closer, and an educator. Is a co-founder of more than 5 cash-rich businesses and believes that assets should be predictable, consistent, and perpetual income that funds our lifestyle. It shows individuals, companies, and nations how to unlock the hidden assets that would create perpetual, consistent, and predictable prosperity for them. He is the creator of the Short and Sell program and the Money Mastery program. He is the author of Shut Up and Collect the Money, the Money Mastery Revolution, Build Assets, Not Just a Business, as well as the Wealth Genotype. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as we welcome on stage Tade Kosh.
Yeah, man, it's awesome today. My name is Tade Kosh, and I'm so happy to be with you today again in the Sunday Cash Flow service. I believe everything is going on fine. I believe you have a good time. How's it been? How's it been for you? It's good to be here today, and I promise it's going to be another exciting time. You know what? One thing that you need to understand is that every day, as you grow older, you need to grow wiser. Because if you're not growing wiser, you can't grow richer. And if you're not growing richer, life can be more exciting for you. So today, we are going to be talking about something interesting. We call it the 3 mastery that you need to gain for you to create abundance. So if you want to create abundance in your life, there are 3 masteries that you need to have. Remember, many a time, for you to have abundance, you need to understand the mystery and the mastery. Now, I call it the mystery, the mastery, and the history of abundance. Now, with what I'm going to share with you today, you need to be able to decode how to be able to put these 3 things together: the mystery, the mastery, the history of abundance. Because behind them, now let's look quickly before I go further into the history. The history of abundance is that In every generation from the recorded history, humanity have always found a way to make more, to create more. From the first generation to the next generation, more has been created. Now, in the 21st century, there is more opportunity for a seemingly a little man or a little man, a little woman to create abundance than it has ever been before in the history of human race. No matter where you live, no matter your creed, no matter your tribe, no matter your climb, you can now create abundance if you understand how to go about making this happen. So that is one of the things about the history. The history of abundance shows that there are limitlessness and borderlessness in wealth creation if humanity could just scan into what is available. The next thing is about the mystery of wealth, the mystery of abundance. There seems to be a lot of mystery around money, around how abundance is created. But this is what happened. The truth is for you to be able to understand the mystery of abundance, you have to understand the art of its mastery. How do you master? What do you need to master to be able to begin to take away the mystery, in abundance? And that is what we are talking about today. The mastery, so that you can demystify the mystery. Remember the history of abundance is that from generation to generation, more has always been created in the present generation than the previous generation. So this is it. The good news is that now there are more opportunity for an individual to create more right now. No matter what give back to you, there was a time where you have to be in a particular climb, you have to be in a particular setting, you have to be in a particular way for you to be able to create abundance. But this will happen. That is the history. But as we begin to unravel how to demystify the mystery of abundance, people are getting more mastery on this. But you see, the mastery has been able to be, we have been able to codify the mastery into three sets of mastery that you need to have. So today, the three M's is what you're going to learn. And I believe if you are able to put those three M's together, which I'm going to start the first one, we'll see how far we can go. If we can't finish it today, we're going to take it up the next time. But this is it. What are the three M's that you need to master for you to create abundance in your life? Now, I need you to listen. I need you to pick up what I'm putting out. Because if you can pick up what I'm putting down, you are going to change your word. And tell you, most people don't understand what I'm about to share with you. Let me quickly give you a small statistics. This statistic I think is going to be helpful to someone here. And this is what you need to know. Many years ago, a study was carried out in the United States of America, and this is what they found out. That out of 100 people, of the age of 25 years old, 66 of them is going to live up to age of 65 and beyond. 66 of them. 5 of them is going to work for mere existence. 5 of them, remember, they're from age 66 of them is going to live till age 65 and above. 5 of those 100 people is going to work for a mere existence. 4 is going to be in a good circumstance. It's only 1 that is going to be wealthy. What's going to happen to 56? 56 of them is going to depend on their families, on pension, on government, or community for them to be able to survive. So out of 100 people, guess what happened? Only 1 is going to be wealthy. Out of 100 people gathered together. In other words, out of 1,000 people, only 10 is going to be wealthy. Out of 2,000 people, is only 20 that's going to be wealthy. Out of 10,000 people, the statistic and the survey says is only about 100 of them or less that's going to be wealthy. Now, what are the things? What are the things that the other, this 100, this 1 out of 100, what are the things they've been able to master? What do they master that could help them to create wealth When 100 people from the age of 25 seems to start from the same level, but there's only one out of those 100 that eventually become wealthy. What did they learn? What did they master? By the way, what is mastery? Mastery is ability to do something consistently in an unconscious way and still get the result. In other words, has become part and parcel of your life. You don't need to think too much about it anymore, but you to be able to gain mastery of it. And for mastery to happen, three things must happen. For mastery to happen, three things must happen. I'm laying the foundation so that you can pick it up and you can help you. For mastery to happen, three things must occur in your life. What's the first thing that must occur? Number one, you must learn about something. So in this case, you're learning about abundance. All right? Okay, you're learning about abundance. Number two, you will learn how to create abundance. Number three, you will then do what you have learned so that you can create the abundance. So this is number one, you learn about the thing. Number two, you learn how to do the thing. Number three, you do the thing. In other words, learning about a thing does not mean you know how to do the thing. And then learning how to do the thing does not mean you do the thing. Now, until you can do the thing consistently and continuously in an unconscious manner, you have not said you have gained mastery. So there are many people that have read a couple of books, but they thought by reading the books they have gained mastery, and that's where one of the misrepresentation of school. For the fact that you have gone to study 4-year course does not mean you have mastery, or for the fact that you have applied for master program in university does not mean you have a mastery. It's just a word they have used to sow something to you. Because you have mastery, three things must happen. Number one, you must learn about a thing. All right. Number two, you must learn how to do the thing. And number three, you must do the thing. So learning about driving doesn't mean you learn about driving, then you learn how to drive. Okay. Number three, then you drive. Now, for father to learn driving, you learn about how to drive, but you didn't drive, you have not gained mastery. All right, because you must learn that you have learned about. So you want to create abundance, you have to learn about it, and then you have to do what you have learned. So not doing what you have learned, you have not gained mastery. So this is it. I want to take you away from the point of history to the point of mystery, and then get you to the point of mastery. This is one of the best things that ever happened to you. You need to tell your friends, you need to tell your family to listen to this audio because it can literally change your life. So I'm going to go about you getting the mastery point in the next couple of minutes. But before we do that, we'll go on a short break and we will be right back and we'll begin. What are the three things you need to master that will begin to help you to create abundance in a limitless way? Don't go away. This is the show for you. Sunday Cashflow Service. We'll be right back.
Eden Creek is a virgin land located near satellite town Lagos. Raw and untapped, Eden Creek is a land surrounded by businesses and fully developed neighborhood. We are inviting you to come take your own share of this lucrative treasure. Buying Eden Creek by Whip Africa allows you to use it to either fund your living or as a place to live. With 1 million naira initial deposit, you can secure a plot right now. Yes, just drive from Jakonde Estate and you will be connected to an asset that can make you free. And with a 50% deposit, you can have your allocation to a land surrounded by full development. With 1 million naira deposit, you can reserve a slot today and begin your journey towards a lifestyle of wealth and abundance. Warning, this is a limited edition.
Welcome back from our sponsor, Whip Africa. I believe Whip Africa has something amazing for you from this coming week. They call it Live It Loud offer. And you are going to be hearing from the marketing, head of marketing or publicity in Whip Africa. They're going to be putting things out there. You're going to literally see it everywhere. Be watch out for it. You can win an amazing, gift for this period, this festive period. You can have opportunity to go to a five-star hotel. You can win a 70 inches TV. You can have opportunity to gain a lot of stuff. Whip Africa has a lot in stock for you in this month. So watch out for Whip Africa. You can follow Whip Africa on different platforms on Instagram. Of you can follow Whip Africa on Facebook. You can follow Whip Africa on what again on Twitter. And I think you can also follow Whip Africa on LinkedIn, where they give you all the details and all of the tools. Whip Africa has a lot of properties in the city that can make you rich or that can fund your living. You need to be part of that. That beg your pardon, that's from our sponsor. So I just needed to put a word to it that can help someone there. Let's go back to the show today. Remember, I told you we need to have mastery. So, what's the first mastery that you need to have? Now, by the way, this is a list of the mastery. There are three levels of mastery, but the first level of mastery, which is the list of them that you need to have, is what I call the mouth mastery. It's called the mouth mastery. The mouth mastery. It's tantamount to the word mastery. In other words, your word, you need to know how to use your word. By the way, your words, not numbers, are the currency of abundance. Your words, not numbers, are the first currency of abundance. In other words, if you want to create abundance in your life, you must take your words seriously. No idle words must come out of your mouth. People sell things by learning how to write copy. What does a salesman use? He uses words. What does a marketer use? He uses word. What does an actor use? He uses word. What does a singer use? He uses word. What does an entertainer uses? He uses word. Now the truth of the matter is, what does a presenter uses? He uses word. What does a comedian uses? He uses words. In other words, if you want to be rich, if you want to create an abundance, if you want to have a spiritual context to create an abundance in your life, if you don't want to be limited by the materialistic nature of life, you need to learn how to use your words. You need to learn how to use your word. You need to become a communicator because communicating is one of the tools of creating abundance. You need to learn how to use words. Words are not cheap. It's high time you stop saying it. I don't like to talk in public. By the way, the reason why a lot of people are not able to create money or to raise money for their business, because raising money is a word adventure. In other words, if you don't know how to communicate your idea, you don't know how to write it out, you don't know how to get people, move people with your word to the point where they want to do what you tell them to do, and they're still happy doing it, you can never create abundance. Abundance flow with words. You see, your wealth will be measured. The first measure of your wealth is by your word. Your wealth is measured by your word. If you want to truly measure what you are worth, measure the worth of your words. I'll say that again. If you truly want to measure what you're worth, you need to measure the worth of your words. For instance, someone says, I'm in sales, or I can't be in sales. The reason why you can't be in sales is because you don't understand the power of words. If you want to create abundance, you must know how to use words. If you want to raise money for your business, you must know how to use words. If you want to raise your children to become confident, you must know how to use the right words. A lot of people don't know how to use words. A lot of people don't gain mastery. But you see, this is what happened. You can literally go from penning to plenty by mastering how to use your mouth. So this is it. If you want to gain mastery, you need to understand words. What does a marketer use? A marketer is a communicator. A salesman, a professional salesman, is a communicator. So this is the first tool. You need to know how to use your words. Your words are powerful. Your words are amazing. Now, this is one of the reasons why I encourage a lot of people to go into sales. It's in learning how to sell. You see, if you truly want to learn how to sell, If you truly want to learn how to sell, what happened to you is that you must learn how to use words. You must learn how to get people, how to move people with your words. For instance, someone says to you, I cannot afford to buy this product. What word do you use to get them into the space where they begin to change their line? Because this is what happened. By your word, you can create focus. And by focus, you can affect feeling. And with feeling, you can instigate action. I will say that again. By your word, you can create focus. With focus, you can affect feeling. By affecting feeling, you can activate action. In other words, if you know how to direct the focus of people with words, guess what's going to follow? You are going to literally affect their feelings. And if you can affect people's feeling, you are going to activate action that is favorable to you. So, a lot of people never learn how to sell. You went to university. Were you ever taught in university how to sell? Were you ever taught in university? A lot of people study mass communication without properly learning how to communicate to the public. They don't learn how to use their word to create effect in the minds of people. But this is what happened. If you want to create abundance, words are not cheap. By the way, they are the sheep that will move you to your harbor. All right. If you want to create abundance, words are not cheap. They are the sheep that will move you to your destination. They will move you through the rivers of life to the place where you want to be. Let me borrow the word of Solomon. If by history of what is recorded, says Solomon will want trillions of dollars today. But this is what Solomon says about using your word. It is the power of life and death is in your tongue. In other words, the power to get penny, the power to make you impoverish you, the power to enrich you is already with you. The power, stop saying that I don't have an advantage. Your mouth was given to you to make your life amount to something. So how do you use words? How do you learn to use words? There are words that you use. It says sell to people in our organization. They write copies and send letters to our client and our prospective client. I said to them, guy, you need to know how to create direct response. If your word can't move people, you can't get rich. You see, money love movement. In other words, if money love movement, look at this mathematics. Money loves movement, and money is with people. Until you know how to move people with your word, the money will not move to you. Now, I'll say this again. Money moves. Money loves movements. And money is with people. Until you learn how to move people in your direction, money don't get moved to you. So knowing how to use words credibly, hypnotically, in a way that will get people aroused positively in your direction is one of the tools of creating abundance. Have you ever heard it like that before? Now, this is very critical. This is very important. How do you use words? What are the words that you say? You see, two products were supposed to be sold. One person did not know how to use words to get people. Another one wrote a letter, and by writing an amazing headline of the letter, word is what you use to create an offer for your business. Because you see, offer is about words that you use. An offer brings people, but service keep them. So if you don't know how to use words, you are not going to draw people to your way. He said, man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceed out of the mind of God. What does that mean to you? It means that word that proceed, word feed people. Now, if you know how to feed people with your words, you are going to get their money because the word is like food. How do you serve people with your words? If you don't know how to serve people with your word, you will starve in this world. You get some rhymes there. If you don't know how to serve people with your words, you are going to starve in this word. Someone needs to tweet that. Someone needs to hashtag me today. If you don't know how to serve people with your words, you're going to starve in this word. And knowing how to use words, taking time learning about public speaking, taking time learning about copywriting, taking time learning about how to position an offer time learning about how to make presentation. Guess what happened? These are high income skills. These are skills that will change your world. These are skills that will make you money. And you find yourself in the world. That's why I tell young people coming out of school, learn how to sell. If you run your own business, the reason why it seems that the business is not growing, because one thing to learn how to communicate, and communication thrives on words, your mouths. How you use your mouth determines what you amount to in life. That means this is what happened. If you are broke, check your mouth. If you are rich, examine your mouth. This is what happened. And a lot of people don't know how to communicate. You see, letter writing and copywriting is not the same. One is about studying human behavior and psychology, and that's what we call copywriting. Ability to use your word to move people, ability to move your word to get people to give you money legally and credibly, and happy to do that is one of the things that God has given to every man. Your word promotes you or can demote you. Your mouth can promote you or can demote you. Your mouth is the center of your commercial and spiritual activity. Your mouth is the center of your commercial and spiritual activity. If you don't know how to engage the activity that proceeds from your mouth, you will never engage in activity that leads to your prosperity. This is the key. You need to understand what I'm saying to you. The part of money is that if you want to make money in a big time, if you want to create abundance in big time, you need to know that abundance is spiritual. And one of the things that is spiritual is this. If abundance is spiritual and you are going about this in a kind of way, what happened to you? Can two truly work together except they agree? Now, when I talk about being spiritual, we are not necessarily talking about religion. Okay? So money, abundance is spiritual. In other words, you need to understand the spiritual element of abundance and be in alignment with it for you to be able to create it. So, one of the first things is this. For instance, a lot of people want to create abundance and they want to create it by their muscle. Let me tell you this. Let me put this down so that you can pick it up, write it up, hashtag me. Muscle will always serve the mind. Right? The muscle we always serve the mind. The muscle we always serve the mind. The muscle we always serve the mind. Look at it this way. What does the bricklayer guy do on site? The bricklayers on site is going to use his model. The foreman on site is going to use his mouth. Do you understand the difference? The difference is that the foreman is going to get more paid than the layman that uses his muscle. Look at the A-list actors, the A-list musicians in Nigeria. Guess what happened? They get paid millions just to sing. Look at the guys, some guys, so-called influencers, and what do they do? They get paid. They get paid millions of naira, millions of dollars just to write a word, just to communicate a word. Some of them get represented as an ambassador just to say, come buy this product. Guess what happened? They are not using the carnal side of money. They are using the spiritual dimension of money to be able to create it. Because in the realm of the spirit, everything is infinite. Everything is limitless. And this is what you need to understand. The moment you understand this, you can create abundance. Abundance is available for people that know how to use the mouth. If you know the what your true what is what the what of your mouth. Your mouth determines what you amount to. So you need to get the mouth mastery. You need to know how to use words. Stop playing. Stop thinking the words are for joke. Words are not for joke, they are for wealth. Words are not for joke, they are for abundance. Words are not for joke, they are for they are for accelerated progress. Use your words to change your word. Use your mouth to change your life because you can amount to more by the way you use your mouth. You can go from mouth to millions. You can go from mouth to billions. You can go from tongue to top. Guess what happened? From word to wealth. How? You need to gain the word mastery. You need to gain the mouth mastery. Learn how to write the word. It's called copywriting. Some of you need to start learning how to write. You need to start learning how to write. There are ways to communicate. There are what to say. There are what to put there. I've spent more than 10 years of my life learning how to communicate, learning how to write. Some of you need to learn how to do public speaking. You need to learn how to speak in the public so that you can draw people's attention. Because public speaking is one of the ways to position yourself for abundance. Right? So this is what happened. How do you do that? Learn how to use words. So what can you do to master? What can you do to master your word? Begin to pay attention to the words. Begin to pay attention to what you say to make people do things. How can you use your words to get people to do things? So this is what I say to people. People that change people's life through words in sales, they're not necessarily just talkers. They are persuaders. What does that mean? They know how to persuade people. And what does it mean to persuade people? To persuade people means you make people do things for you for their own reason, not necessarily for your own reason. In other words, you know how to get people to do things for you. A fool will say a right sentence from the mouth of a fool will be rejected because they don't know how to use the word in due season. In other words, a lot of people have good products, it's like a right sentence, but they don't get to sell them because they don't know how to communicate and how to get people to talk to them so that they can give them in context. Because this is what happened. The content of whatever you want to persuade people on have to come from the people you want to persuade. It is the context that comes from you. So, customer is king, content is king. So the content have to come from the customer because both of them are king and they are equivalent. In other words, the customer is king, the content is king. So the customer is equal to content is equal to king. In other words, the king is the one that has a content, the content holder is the customer if you are selling. But what do? You take the content and you give them the contest. And then whoever give the contest is the one that get the cash. So this is what happened. It's a function of communication. Communication too will change your life. So you need to learn about it. You need to read about it. You need to learn how to communicate, then do communicate effectively. If you can communicate effectively, it will change your life. This is the formula that I call it. I call it the CIA code. What does that mean? Communication creates influence, and influence creates abundance. Hello. Communication creates influence, and influence creates abundance. I call it the CI code. If you learn how to communicate, you will create influence because by communication, you create connection. And by connection, you can create contract. By connection, you can create cash flow. This is what happened to people. People don't learn how to communicate. They just want to talk with a loose mouth. Because if you talk with a loose mouth, you will lose a lot in life. So this is what happened. Communicate. The age of social media has really exposed the weakness of people in communication. It shows that a lot of people don't know how to communicate. Many businesses don't know how to communicate what they sell. Many people with ideas don't know how to communicate the idea. One last thing you need to pick. Heavy ideas must be sold. And this is what happened. If heavy ideas must be sold, and if the purpose of a business is to get and keep a customer, it means that communication is the bedrock of every business. You must know how to use your mouth. Okay? You must know how to use your mouth. So this is what happened. How are you going to learn to communicate? What are you going to learn to do with communication? So this is the first mastery. The second mastery is important as the first. But 3 ways of mastery that you need to gain. So look at it. Some people make money just from, mouth. You can make as high as there are salespeople that work with us today that make as 4 or 5 million every month. We work with one salesperson that make almost 10 million a month. Guess what happened? How many people get to work and get paid 10 million a month? But with your communication, you have no limitation. You can literally change your life. A young person that learn how to communicate idea can raise millions of naira to fund it, to further his dream. What happened? Communication will change your life. And this is the first step. The second thing you need to master, which is another hem, is mind. And I will be right back to talk more about how to get mastery over your mind and how the mind is connected to the mouth. And this will literally change you. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back.
Eden Creek is a virgin land located near satellite town Lagos. Raw and untapped, Eden Creek is a land surrounded by businesses and fully developed neighborhood. We are inviting you to come take your own share of this lucrative treasure. Buying Eden Creek by Whip Africa allows you to use it to either fund your living or as a place to live. With 1 million naira initial deposit, you can secure a plot right now. Yes, just drive from Jakonde Estate and you will be connected to an asset that can make you free. And with a 50% deposit, you can have your allocation to a land surrounded by full development. With 1 million naira deposit, you can reserve a slot today and begin your journey towards a lifestyle of wealth and abundance. Warning, this is a limited edition.
Thank you very much for joining us right again. This is Sunday Cashflow service where we spit it out to you real life. This is no religion. The only religion here is for you to be rich. You know, if you are rich, you are part of this religion, and therefore we want you to be rich the right way. We want you to be rich the proper way. We want you to be prosper in the proper way. Because this is what I say, and I think you would like to say this too. You can write this out if you can. It is proper to prosper by helping other people to prosper. All right? It is proper to prosper by helping other people to prosper. You know, a lot of time people don't understand that. But for you to be rich, you have to also enrich other lives because your money is already in the hands of someone. You're just looking for a point of exchange. Because you see, one of the fundamentals of money is what we call medium of exchange. So this is what you're learning on the show today. So we're talking about the three money to have. Remember, the first one is about the mouth mastery. And it's amazing if you can gain the mastery over the mouth. Some people already have used to make all their money. Now, the entertainer, the actor, the musician, the salesman, the marketer, you know, most of the time, not everybody will be able to become the actor. Not everybody will able to become the entertainer because sometimes some level of skill set or talent or gift is necessary for those stuff. But there is one that everyone can participate in, and I believe God gave that skill to use as a social justice system in the world, so that no matter what give back to you, you can still have an edge in the world. And it's called salesmanship. You can learn to sell. It's part of mouth mastery. Ability to sell can help you sell your way to wealth. So most people do not know how to sell their way to wealth. You know, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be in Port Harcourt sharing with about a River State University student. You know, you're going to be live on campus, people learning how to sell their way to wealth, how to sell their way to financial freedom. By the way, I made my first $1 million selling real estate within 11 months. I'm going to be releasing a report on that very soon, and you going to help you a lot. Watch out for the report. How I sell, how I made 11, how I made $1 million in 11 months selling, and how you can do the same and more. I'm going to release a report for you, and that report will be very well detailed, and it's going to help someone to change his life forever. By the way, that is very possible. So, what is the next mastery that you need to get? It's called the mind. You see, your mind is where everything began. By the way, the first law of earning says, every human's wealth is created by human's mind. Hell, the human's wealth is created by human's mind. What you amount to in life is largely determined by what your mind conceives. What you amount to in life is largely determined by what your mind conceives. You cannot travel within and stand still without. In other words, if you want to gain mastery over abundance, you need to gain mastery over your mind. By the way, let me tell you this, and this could shock some religious folks, that the mouth of God is the mind of man. Hello. The mouth of God is the mind of man. In other words, if God is going to speak, it has to find interpretation by your mind. If your mind is not developed enough, you will never hear God speaking to you, because God is in you. For God to verbalize Himself, your mind has to be developed. Work on your mind. Develop your mind. You see, a lot of people, your mind is the most important thing in your life. I say your mind is more important to you than your children. Your mind is more important to you than your colleagues at work. Your mind is more important to you than your wife. Your mind is more important to you than your friends. Why did I say so? If you lose your mind, you are not useful to any one of them. So this is what happened. Develop your mind. You see, you can see money, you can see abundance with your eye. You can only see it with your mind. All right. So the first gift of God to you is your mouth to make money. The second gift of God to you is your mind to see money. If you can't see it, you can't seize it. If you can't see it, you can't seize it. So this is it. How are you developing your mind? What are you consuming in your mind? There are many people. I think it's Jim Ron says many years ago that many people have a favorite restaurant, but they don't have a favorite author. Many people have a favorite restaurant, they don't have a favorite author. As a result of that, their stomach is more obvious than the brain, says Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn said many people's stomach is more obvious than the brain. You see, the muscular will serve the brain. Develop your mind. Develop your mind. You need to take your mind seriously. You see, no one become wealthy without being wealthy in your mind first. If you can see it in your mind, you can have it in your hand. If you can see it in your mind, you can have it in your mind. What is too big for your mind to accept? Some people, $10 million is too big for their mind to accept. Some people, 10 million naira is too big for their mind to accept. Some people, what separate people is not their body. What separates men is their mind. You see, the difference between the rich and the poor is not because that God made them so, it's because their mind made them so. If you want to change your life, you have to rearrange your mind. If you want to change your fortune, you have to rearrange the way your mind works. If you rearrange your mind will rearrange your life. Because you see, a lot of people are so anxious to change their life without changing their mind. If you don't change your mind, you can't change your life. If you don't change your mind, you can't change your money life. So you need to have mastery over mind. By the way, one of the ways to have mastery over your mind is to develop what I call discipline of the mind. By the way, I didn't tell you before, there's what they call discipline of the mouth. In other words, what does that mean? It means that there are words that you say to yourself. You have disciplined your mouth to a point that you want to only say the right thing. So there are three kinds of discipline you must have: the discipline of the mouth, the discipline of the mind. So your mind, what does it mean to have a discipline of the mind? The discipline of the mind that you only focus your mind on your focus. And that is what they call meekness. What does meekness mean? Meekness does not mean weakness. Meekness does not mean weakness. Meekness means discipline to focus on your destination no matter the distraction around. That is meekness. But guess what it says in the book? It said, the meek shall inherit the earth. Ooh, what does that mean? It does not mean the sluggish shall inherit the earth. It does not mean the weak shall inherit the earth. It said the meek shall inherit the earth. You need to know what it means to be meek. To be meek means that you discipline your mind to focus on your goal and see it as if it's already done. That is your mind. There is no meekness without mind. There is no meekness without mindfulness. There is no meekness without mindfulness. Remember, it's only the meek that will inherit the earth. So if you want to inherit, if you want to create abundance, if you want to have an inheritance for your children, if you want to have abundance as an own inheritance, you need to be meek. And for you to be meek, you need to develop your mind. How do you do that? Remember mastery. You learn about a thing, you learn how to do the thing, and then you do the thing. You need to develop your mind. You need to learn about mind control. You need to control your mind. Maturity is not by age, it's by the stage of your mind. Maturity is not by age, it's by the stage of your mind. It means that you're not mature because you're getting older. You are mature because of how strong your mind is. That means you can be 15 and be more mature than a man of 35 years old by the use of the mind. Everything is created twice, first in the mind and first in our life. If you can't create it in your mind, you can never see it in your life. So this is what happened. How much can you be comfortable with in your mind right now? How much can you be comfortable with? If you can create it, everything already exists. Your mind have to activate it. Everything is already exists in creation. Everything already exists in creation. You see, I'm telling you what will change your life. Feed your mind. Educate your mind. You see, the education you give your mind determines how your life will turn out. Your mind will do your bidding. What are you demanding? What are you commanding your mind to do? Are you telling your mind there is no opportunity for you? Are you telling your mind your industry is saturated? Are you selling to your mind that there is nothing you can do about it? You have just been created to be among the masses. You are not created to be among the masses. You are created to have a massive success. You need to understand the difference between masses and having a massive success. The difference is how you use your mind. Let me tell you something. I was born. My mother, blessed memory, told me the story. I was born in the side of the bed at home. I was born. My father was not available at the time. He was not at home. My mother took a personal delivery of me. I was raised in one room apartment for the first 18 years of my life. I was growing up in that place. But you know, the worst thing that can happen to your mind, I learned from Napoleon Hill. The worst thing that can happen to you is not to be born in poverty. The worst thing that can happen to you is to allow poverty to be born in your mind. Is to allow poverty to take a stronghold in your mind. At the age of 18 years old, at the age of 14, I began to change my mind. I began to read. I began to travel within me. By the age of 15 or 16, I read a book called As a Man Thinketh from James Allen. A book was written in 1903. I read the book, and one of the two lines I picked from the book that changed my life is there. It says, As a man thinketh, so is he. And as he continues to think, so he becomes. As a man thinks, so is he. And as he continues to think, so he becomes. That's the first line. In this chapter, Thought and Circumstances, it says, many people are anxious to change their life, but they'll never focus on changing themselves. It's a result of that, their circumstances will remain the same. And then it go further by saying that circumstances does not make a man, he only reveal him to himself. Circumstances don't make you, he only reveals you. He only reveals what your mind is made of. So this is what happened. The last thing I pick up from the book at the time that really, really changed my life is that a man cannot travel within and stand still without. A man cannot travel within. And when I mean man, it's not gender specific. A man could be a man and a woman. It's a you cannot travel within you. You cannot travel within you and remain stand still without. So this is what happened. A lot of people are so anxious to change the environment without changing what creates the environment. What creates your environment is your mind. You need a mind mastery. What are you comfortable with? What you are comfortable with determines your creativity. So this is it. Work on your mind. I am very particular about my mind, about what I conceive, what I consume, and what I perceive. I am very. You see, what you consume will determine your size. All right, what you consume will determine your size. If you consume junk, you will grow fat. If you consume stuff that's good, you will grow rich. So what happens is what you consume determines your size. So what are you consuming? What are you feeding your mind with? What's the last time? What kind of book are you reading? What's the last time you have read any book on abundance? What's the right time? Last time you have read a book that will stretch your mind and make you better than where you are? You're not. You're waiting for chance. People that wait for chance don't have a chance, but people that create a chance always have a chance. You don't wait for chance, you create it. You don't wait for chance, you create it. So mind mastery, develop your mind. One of the ways you develop your mind is by association. Who do you relate with? Show me your friend and I will show you your future. Show me your friend. Friendship is a companion of the mind. That means friendship is a fellowship of the mind. In other words, if iron sharpeneth iron, so the friends sharpen the mind of each other. If your mind is not sharpening your mind, it's dulling your mind. And if your mind is dulling your mind, it can't drip glory, my friend. So if you want to drip glory with life, you have to sharpen your life and your mind with words, with thoughts. What book are you reading? When was the last time you read a book that stretched your mind? When was the last time you listened to videos or you attended a program that stretched your mind? When you talk about development, you're talking about development of your mind. Until the mind is developed and engaged, the life cannot advance. The difference between a developed nation and undeveloped nation is not in their color, it's not in their language, it's not in their population. It is the evolution of their mind. Your mind determines who minds you. Your mind determines what you mind in this world. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing you to a point where I want you to take your mind seriously. Your mind is more important than your wife. Your mind is more important to you than your husband. That's why you cannot afford to marry a man that will shut down your mind. That's why you cannot afford to keep friendship with people that are not ready to think big. Come on, man. Enlarge your tent. Your real tent is your mind. Enlarge it, expand it. You see, because the key to protection is expansion. Until you expand your mind, you can't protect your life. You need to expand it. And that's why they don't call any man a great man. They call every man a great man. Every great man is rated by his mind. So this is what happened. If you want to have more money, all humans' wealth is created by humans' mind. If you are broke today, check the content and the context of your mind. You see, your mind is your biggest leveler in this world. Your mind is your leverage. Your mind is your leverage. That means if you want to have true leverage, now your mind is a two-edged sword. Your mind is your leverage, and your mind is also your bondage. So if your mind is not advancing you, your mind is demoting you. So choose one. Your mind will never leave you neutral. So from the tender age, I began to develop my mind. I stretch my mind every day. Every month, I keep reading. I keep learning. I keep exposing my mind. I keep borrowing ideas from people. I keep renovating what I'm doing. Guess what happened? Because you cannot grow beyond your mind. The sign. You see, your money follows your mind. Your success follows your mind. Your influence follows your mind. So this is what happened. Whoever asks you to despise your mind, that despise your life, because your mind is equals to your life. Your life, man, is mind. The mouth of God is the mind of man. In other words, the more of God you are going to have in your life is dependent on how much of your mind that you have developed. Look at it. Africa has many religious people, but we don't have a well-devoted, developed mind. So other nations that seems not to be as religious as us are more prosperous than us. Why? Because the key to prosperity is not in religiosity, but in the prosperity of our mind. Our mind is part of our soul. So our soul have to be prosperous for our life to be prosperous. Pick it up what I'm putting down. Put it up what I'm putting down. If you want to master abundance, if you want to create abundance in your life, the first discipline is discipline of the mouth. The second discipline is a discipline of the mind. By the way, you can have money without creating it in your mind. So if you want to have money, you don't lack money. The lack is in your mind. You don't lack money. The lack is in your mind. Because you see, until you can see it in your mind, you can't raise it with your hand. Until you can see it with your mind, you can have it in your hand. Now, this is very, very instructive. A lot of people don't take their mind serious. And they're wondering why they're broke. Your mind. You see, freedom is not about possession of things. Freedom is about ability to create things even when you lost what you have already created. Many people celebrated. The problem of African nation is that we celebrated what is created. We're not facilitated by the power to create. I will say that again. The problem of African nation is that we idolize what is created. We call it our prosperity by buying the thing. Instead, the thing can be bought by money, but someone not to create the thing that money will buy. So we are printing money to buy the things that are created, but we are not creating the things that money will buy. The truth of the matter is, a nation can print money, but this is what happened. A nation have to create wealth. They see money buy wealth. Money buy wealth. Wealth is created so that money can be used for exchange for it. Money is an appreciation of wealth created. A nation can have print a lot of money. So you look at a country called Nigeria, where a lot of politicians or corruptions keep printing money, and there's a print more money. Guess what happened? The nation goes into capital nation of poverty. Why is it so? If they are printing this amount of money, why are they not being the richest country in the world? Because money does not make a nation rich, wealth does. What is wealth? Wealth is ability to create things that other people will pay for. Wealth is ability to create things that other nations are seeking. So other nations are creating car. Other nations are creating Tesla. They are creating Amazon. They are creating things that other people are looking for. That is wealth. Remember, the God of the Bible says, I will give you the power, not to get money, but I will give you the power to get wealth, to produce wealth. So what is money? Money is a defense. Money is ability to get the things that wealth is created. But therefore, wealth is created with the mind. The biggest wealth of human race is our mind. So the mouth of God is the mind of man. The mind of man is the mouth of God. In other words, the mind of man develop, become the mouthpiece of God. So people in America are in all over the nations of the world, developed nations, guess what happened? They are created. The mind of man is the mouth of God. The mind of man is the mouth of God. So if you want to become the mouthpiece of God on the earth, you need to develop your mind. Your mind is the operational system of heaven. That means the OS that the heaven operates on. It's your mind. This is what happened. Your mind can make your heaven on earth. Your mind can make your life on hell on earth. So this is what happened. Heaven is in your mind. Hell is in your mind. Both of them are there. You activate the one that you desire the most. Ladies and gentlemen, the first mastery is mouth. The second mastery is mind. You see, this is what happened. You need to develop your mind. You need to read. You need to study. You need to frequent with people. What do you read about? What do you think about? The information you put into your life determines what you think about. Now, these two masteries are master. They're powerful. And these are the things you need to do right now. I tell you, if you begin to go in the way of mouth to millions and mind to abundance, guess what happened to you? These two mastery will then lead you to the third mastery that we call the money mastery. You see, a lot of people think about the money mastery, but you can't have the money without the mind. If you have the money without the mind, you will soon lose it. Because the money does not stay with people that lose their mind. For you to keep money, you have to first keep your mind intact. So the money mastery do with make the money, the money keep the money and multiply the money. You see, this is what happened. You want to make the money, you want to manage the money, you want to multiply the money, and you want to keep the money, you want to protect the money. For you to do that, you need another level of mastery. And the mastery of that is not for tonight because it's an all lessons on its own, which we're going to be covering, bringing some of my friends, even coming from next week. We begin to start looking at the money mastery and begin to talk about the make it and the manage it, and we begin to go into that step for the next couple of weeks. But this is what I've come to tell you today. If you want to create, but if you master the two I've told you, you're going to have the third, and you begin to learn more about the third. This is what happened. You can't make without the mind. So, what have you picking up today? I would like to hear your comment in the section. What are you learning? Let me know what you are learning. Let me pick what you're learning so that you can help other people. But we'll be right back so that we can round off the show for today. We'll be right back.
Tade Cash. Tade Cash is a world-class cash flow entrepreneur and investor, a super wealth coach, legendary closer, and an educator. He's a co-founder of more than 5 cash-rich businesses and believes that assets should be predictable, consistent, and perpetual income that funds our lifestyle. It shows individuals, companies, and nations how to unlock the hidden asset that would create perpetual, consistent, and predictable prosperity for them. He's the creator of the Short and Sell program and the Money Mastery program. He's the author of Shut Up and Collect the Money, the Money Mastery Revolution, Build Assets, Not Just a Business, as well as the Wealth Genotype. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as we welcome on stage Tade Cash.
You can get easily distracted living in Nigeria or in Africa, but let me tell you another thing. There's always good and bad. So you need to learn how to develop your mind. Remember, the first thing is to develop your mouth and make your mouth make you amount to something. Stop losing words. Stop using loose words. Start using words to set yourself loose for more abundance. And that is the first thing, the mouth mastery, from mouth to millions, from mouth to abundance, from mouth to greatness. And then you go from mouth to mind. You need to learn how to use your mind. A lot of people don't emphasize the place of mind a lot, but in wealth creation, the place of mind is very essential. I'm not talking about Wula Balu. I'm talking about the concrete discipline of using your mind. Remember, I said the meek shall inherit the earth. A lot of people have mixed it up together. It's not talking about the weak. It's talking about the meek. It's not the same. The meek means mind control, mind mastery. That means your mind has been developed. Your power is put under control. We all have power. The power is in our mind, how we use it. Are you using your mind to favor you or using your mind to disfavor you? The choice is always yours. And if you can get those two mastery, then we'll move to the third mastery. The third mastery is money. Let me quickly put something down so that you can take it up, and we're going to be rounding this off for today. Now, this is what I want to tell you. A man by the name of King Solomon, the richest king and the wisest king that ever lived, make a statement many thousands of years ago of recorded history. This is what it said. It said, money is your defense. What does that mean? Money is your defense. What does that mean? It means that it's simple money math. If money is your defense, lack of fees make you less. Money is your defense, lack of money make you defenseless. Money means to stop the advance of opponents. Defense means to stop the advance. What does defense means? Defense means to stop the advance of opponent. Now, let me quickly check from the word that Solomon uses. Solomon was speaking in Hebrew, so the word defense in Hebrew means to sell. What does it mean to sell? It means shadow. It means shade. It means protection. It means that money is your protection. There are two protection in the world: wisdom and wealth. In protection, What does that mean? Wisdom can protect you, but wisdom without money, you are not fully protected. Solomon says, money is your protection. So, whoever tells you not to master money, I just leave you not protected. So, what happens if you're not protected? You can easily be molested. So, lack of money can molest you, but money is a tool of protection. Now, get to it and get it straight. A lot of people don't understand this. Money should protect you and shield you from the assault of opponents, from the enemy, from enemy called poverty, enemy called sickness. Money can help you. Money can help you to travel abroad. Money can help you to further your dream. Money can help you. So, in other words, money protects you. You see, let me tell you, lack will steal more from you than money. So you need to understand that lack is not just about money. Lack will steal more from you than money. I remember a friend of mine, his name is Jamie Pajo. He was talking about one time how his younger sister many years ago died because of a lack of money to pay the hospital bill. What does that mean? For lack of money, the daughter, the sister was not protected. Lack of money means lack of protection. In other words, there are many dreams today that have been stranded and grounded because of no money. Money is your defense. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Money will defend you. Lack of it will disgrace you. Hello, I will say this again. Money will defend you. Lack of it will disgrace you. In other words, if you don't take your money serious, you are inviting serious disgrace. If you don't take your money life serious, you are inviting serious molestation. If you don't take your money life serious, you are inviting serious embarrassment to yourself. In other words, this is important in the life that we live. You see, money matters no matter what your dream is. I'll say that again. Money matters no matter what your dream is. You see, this is what happens. When you lack money, you are the mercy of others and everything else. When you lack money, you are the mercy of others and everything else. I say this and I say it quickly. The lack of money is the father of iniquity and tragedies. The lack of money is the father of iniquity and tragedies. So lack of money will lead to iniquity and will lead to a lot of tragedy in your life. So money is your defense. Money is your protection. Lack of money is a father of iniquity and tragedies in your life. So what happens is this. You need to master money. When you make money your God, it will plague you like devil. But when you make money your messenger, it will serve you like an angel. Okay? I'll say that again, man. Take this up tonight. Take it up tonight. If you make money your God, it will plague you like the devil. But if you make money your messenger, it will serve you. It will serve you like an angel. Come on. Come on. Money can serve you like an angel, man. Money is your defense. Money is your defense. You see, let me tell you, lack of money robs you more than your dream. It robs you more than money. It robs you of your dreams, your hope, your ability to bless those around you. I mean, the people that you love. My young friend here once said to someone here about how the mother, even in his own little age, how the mother was on a birthday, was able to buy a mother a phone, and the mother blessed him, from the depth of her heart. What happened? Money is a defense. Money is a tool. Lack of it can make you a fool. Money is a tool. Lack of it can make you a fool. So, in other words, get it right, get it right, get it right, get it right. You need money mastery. You need money mastery. Look at it. 100 out of 100 people is only one person that gets wealthy. What happened to the 99? They are living in quiet desperation. Money is a defense. A defense means in Hebrew shadow, shade, protection. Money would protect you. Lack of it would molest you. Get it and get it straight, my friend. Whoever tells you not to have money, I just leave you in the hand of molestation. You see, whoever tells you not to get your financial life right, I just make you to live a life of zigzag. Ladies and gentlemen, money will help you. Okay. Money will help you. Money matters no matter what you want. Money matters no matter what you want. If you lack money, you will be at the mercy of others and everything else. If you lack money, you'll be at the mercy of others and everything else. So this is it. I'm putting it down so that you can take it up. Money is a protection. Money provide protection. Money provide protection. Money provide protection. Money is a stronghold. Money is a defense. Money is a shield. It will shield you from molestation, my friend. I've come to tell you today, these are the three masteries that you need to have if you want to have abundance on the earth. And it's important to know that money is a defense. Money is a defense. You see, if you want anything on the earth, money can buy it. The only thing money cannot buy is the only thing that God can supply. Huh? Anything money can buy is only God that can supply. Ladies and gentlemen, anything that money can buy is only God that can supply. Someone needs to treat that again tonight. The only thing money can buy is only God that can supply. So, I brought to you today the three dimension, the money, the mind, the mouth, the mind, and the money. The three mastery that will help you to gain abundance. If you put these three things together, you'll be able to go further. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be right back. But this tonight has been a wonderful show, and I believe that you are enjoying yourself. Okay, if you've not read my book, The Money Code, this is one of the best time you need to order for the book right now. Just put in the comment below, I want the money code, and my team is going to get back to you on getting the money code. Just say, I want the money code. In the money code, I shared how I grew from a son of a bestseller to become a multi-millionaire before I was 28 years old. You know what happened? I showed you the code I learned from a billionaire mentor that I put to practice. Remember, I told you about how to learn about a thing, learn about how to do a thing and doing the thing. I learned about a thing, I learned how to do it, and I did it. So you can do the same. So I put it in a code for you so that you can learn how to create. I'll be right back, and we will say good night afterward. Thank you.
Eden Creek is a virgin land located near satellite town Lagos. Raw and untapped, Eden Creek is a land surrounded by businesses and fully developed neighborhood. We are inviting you to come take your own share of this lucrative treasure. Buying Eden Creek by Whip Africa allows you to use it to either fund your living or as a place to live. With 1 million naira initial deposit, you can secure a plot right now. Yes, just drive from Jakonde Estate and you will be connected to an asset that can make you free. And with a 50% deposit, you can have your allocation to a land surrounded by full development. With 1 million naira deposit, you can reserve a slot today and begin your journey towards a lifestyle of wealth and abundance. Warning, this is a limited edition.
All right, thank you everyone. It's been awesome. It's been good today. Remember what money can buy is only God that can supply. And that's what happened. Whatever money can buy should not be your prayer point. Just figure out how to get the money credibly, morally, and legitimately. And I can tell you, having money will make you more blessing to the world. Because you have to choose either you want to be a blessing or you want to be a burden. But you are created to be a blessing, not a burden. You're created to be an example, not a warning. A lot of people don't understand this, so they don't have these three levels of mastery. This mastery changed my life. Mouth mastery, mind mastery and the money mastery. If you get these three masteries and you keep developing all the days of your life, you can never live in scarcity. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not read my book before, any of my book, most importantly, if you have not read my book on Close or Lose, it helps you with the mouth mastery. It shows you how to become the power of words, how to use words to close people. Because if you're not closing people, you're losing money. So this will happen. You can get a book. Close or Lose. If you want to get it, go in the comment below and say, I want the book, Close or Lose. All the other way around, if you want to book the money code, you can also pick the book up. It shows you about the money mastery. It shows you more about it. Remember, money is your protection. Money is your protection. Without protection, people enter into molestation. If you don't understand the money as a tool, it can make you a fool. So get it down, pick it up, order for the books. It can help you. Next week we are coming with another big bang. Watch out for me and whoever we are bringing on the show to be a blessing to you. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you again. Tell your friends about us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not. Go on YouTube and subscribe to Tidy Cash. If you have not followed us on Financial Freedom Fastlane on Facebook, you can do the same right away. You can go to Financial Freedom Fastlane. And if you'd like to follow Tidy Cash on his own to be able to get more details, my ideas on business, you can go on Twitter and follow me at Tidy Cash. It's going to be a massive blessing to you because I share thought every single day, Monday to Sunday, 365 days a year. I'm sharing with you how to get your life to the place where you can be an example, not a warning. Until I see you next time, I want to say to you, peace, love, and cash flow. I will see you in the place where you belong, at the top. Bye for now.
Eden Creek is a virgin land located near satellite town Lagos. Raw and untapped, Eden Creek is a land surrounded by businesses and fully developed neighborhood. We are inviting you to come take your own share of this lucrative treasure. Buying Eden Creek by Whip Africa allows you to use it to either fund your living or as a place to live. With 1 million naira initial deposit, you can secure a plot right now. Just drive from Jakonde Estate and you will be connected to an asset that can make you free. And with a 50% deposit, you can have your allocation to a land surrounded by full development. With 1 million naira deposit, you can reserve a slot today and begin your journey towards a lifestyle of wealth and abundance. Warning, this is a limited